This is GDX on the bigger degree. I mean, clearly, we have more than enough waves in place right now for this to have considered topped in a 5-wave structure. Now, can that 5-wave structure be a C wave of this alt B wave? Absolutely, and it could, and would point us down there. But I got to tell you, it's possible. I just don't think it's probable, because in order for this to be a 5-wave C wave, you have to view this as the A wave bottom here. Then you had an A, very unusual B wave, and then a C wave rally. I mean, we see expanded flats, every now and then. But I got to tell you, this one would be extraordinarily unusual. For that reason, I'm viewing this as wave 1 of wave 5. Yes, we could see a deep wave 2, believe it or not, because there are quite a number of individual mining stocks that are strongly suggestive of those lower lows. I don't think GDX is necessarily strongly suggestive of that. Like I said, you could see a deep wave 2, but I'm not strongly indicative of I don't think it's strongly indicative of anything more than just a deep wave 2. Okay, but there are 2 reasons that I actually sold a lot more of the individual stocks than I was intending initially. First, so many of them had 50% rallies or more, and second, the potential of a deep wave 2. So for that, I have lightened my load, added some protective puts for the other stuff. Can this still push a little higher? Of course it can. But to be honest, this is really looking quite complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is looking quite complete here for a 5-wave structure ball. Okay. Small degree. It looks like 5 waves, but I got to tell you, we haven't broken any support. I'd like to get below the 236 retracement here. And you know what? I'm actually going to go lower on this because of the potential for a deep wave 2. But right now, you got to break down below the 236, and then I'm going to be looking to see how this develops. Okay, we can get a deep wave 2. Just realize that we can. I'm not going to disregard that, because there are a number of stocks, individual stocks, that look like they could get lower lows, and that could pull GDX down a little further. Let's look at silver. Silver is the one chart that out of the 3 that I'm tracking that really is much more strongly suggestive of a potential lower low. Why is that? Well, we haven't even gotten to the 236 retracement of the prior decline. Now, we know that silver loves to catch up at the end of the cycle, whatever cycle that it's dealing with. So it is possible that we could get a corrective pullback and then get a nice big C wave rally back towards the highs. It's really very reasonable perspective. But because silver only rallied to the 236 retracement, I think silver has the best chance to get lower lows out of the 3 charts we're tracking. This one is one that I actually bought some protected puts with because of the potential for lower lows. Now, it could be a marginal lower low. I can't tell you. Remember, my ideal target on this was 53.50, and I think we came up about a buck or a buck and we came about a buck and a half short of that. 53.50 may be all we get. I don't know, but it could get even deeper, as deep as 40. I don't know. That's what I still don't know. But I would say that this really looks like the best potential for a lower low out of the 3 charts we're looking at. And it does not necessarily mean we're going to get that. But I would say pullbacks are buying opportunities from the bigger perspective, because I think you're going to get back to at least the 97 region in silver. As far as gold is concerned, again, gold I don't think has a strong potential for a lower low. Still within the realm of a reasonable possibility, more so than I would prefer. And I'm leaving that on the chart, but I think it's a bit more likely that gold just gets a retracement rather than a lower low. Now, I'm going to warn you, I still have no indication that gold has even topped. I need to take out the 4,600 support for gold to make it more likely that we are in that pullback. And as you can see, I mean, it's looking like we are getting a corrective pullback so far. Could this be a 1-2 to the downside? It could be, but I'm not jumping on that. Not just yet. I want to see how we get below support before I make any further determinations of bigger downside. For now, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's the metals. I'm looking for a pullback. And remember, until we actually start breaking support, this still could push higher. Metals love to extend. Okay,